efficient person with efficient protocol. No one can gainsay me. They want to lose experience. See, it worked. As a healthy boundary, everybody, you threaten your players as much as possible. That's how they respect you. Dude, not do that. I'm 100%. For the record. Officially. Probably should say. I'll say it. Why not in a bag of chips? There we go. And hello everyone, I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbinian. This is the Electric Metropolis video game tour, and we're playing another episode of Fabula Ultima, the castle that would pierce the horizon, a Fabula Ultima campaign, as released by Need Games. And yeah, we had a few things happen to our brave adventurers, the forward vanguard that was most of the party, but there was one that would follow after. But first, another poem from the Library of Sleeping Memory. In shadows halls where echoes play, the guardian waits to test the day. A veiled domain where light is thin, truth and lies begin to spin. The convergence weaves a silent thread, a dance of realms where none have tread. Twilight's grasp, the gauntlet gleams, a token of the unseen dream. Eyes of fire the guardians stare, a challenge whispered in the air. For those who stand with iron will shall bend the night, the void, and still. In hidden paths where worlds entwine, strength of heart becomes the sign. Step in the dark, a light unseen, the gauntlet's power lies between. Tread with care in shadowed light, for those who dare may find their sight. In the sanctum, veiled and grand, the truth awaits, fate's command. Over here? Hide. Yep, there we go. So, Zevin Demeril, you rascal and scoundrel. You're neither of those things, although those are classes. I believe. No, you're not a scoundrel. Could have been a scoundrel at this level, but so you had been called upon. Well, you weren't called upon. You had to pull the train up the hill that was going to dive deep into this shadowy hole in the ground, and you pulled it up, and you had to hang around a bit to make sure the train was going to stay where it was. You know, get the tarp over it so no one can see it, and make sure the mechanics work and stuff. And you're not that far behind. They're not going to get that deep in. Just do this real quick. Won't fall down the hole. You can just run down the hill in a bit. You'll catch up. So you did that, and it's your train. It doesn't take that long. Your drone is the newest version of it, so it's pretty efficient at helping you. You're getting used to this. You're starting to, I believe you mastered being a tinker, correct?
Yes, I did.
So for a tinker, a master tinker, no less, just attending to a train you've basically owned since you started adventuring, not that hard. So you start going down, and when you go down the very, very steep hill where these ley line rails once were, but they're there no longer because you have to pull the train up. You go down and delve through a purplish mist, and then find yourself delving into an area of which there are a fog of a light green overhead and a sort of grayish haze about your ankle and knee height.
Oh, me.
You see that the party has gone far beyond you. They're not in this room, but there's only so many. This is the only room they could have gone into. It's not even a room, it's a descent into this space. You see that there are a variety of strange stones with some sort of runes etched upon them. And there's also these floating weird sigils that are kind of floating, almost like they're floating amongst the fog. And you also see some strange common lettering floating amongst the air as well, in a hand, in the sort of sketchy hand you've seen some of your fellow travelers and heroes do when they're like writing on a wall or scribbling on a page when they're trying to figure something out.
Like this, it's not on anything. It's just kind of hovering there
Yeah.
and projecting it. All right. Well, let's see what some of the glyphs mean. These are just common tongue glyphs.
Oh, this one here, physical, cold.
Mm.
The other ones are glyphs you see on these stones, these runic glowing, these stones with a glowing emblem on them.
Hmm. Huh. What's this? Is this a door of some sort?
There does seem to be light escaping beneath some sort of doorway, but it seems shut. You do see light. There does seem to be an entrance of some.
They walked ahead and they didn't even bother to leave the door open. All right, fine. I'll solve it twice as fast as they did.
I was gonna say, I don't know if we're allowed to tell Seven how we solved the puzzle.
For Fabula, you can.
Ha! New.
Oh, I can't believe you.
For a brief moment.
No wonder the rest of the group left you.
Upon that brainwave on the metasphere, you do see faint echoes of your fellow adventurers wandering around the room, talking among themselves, pointing at things, moving things around, and then the ghosts of them vanish.
You even bother to leave a note. Huh.
Jeez.
Leave it to the spooky ghosts. Huh? Alright. Let's see. So the glyphs are exactly what they show. There's no translation for me to know.
It is what it appears to be. You might know something along this line. It'd be insight's part of it. You might happen to know.
Perhaps.
Offhand. A 10, you say? A 10 tells you that these seem to be some sort of modern magical glyphs. They are descriptions of the world and its essential parts. And you feel as a tinkerer, you've seen these before, but you haven't seen them in this manner. You see them on things, like on objects. Usually one or two at most, but never all of them. It's there's only like one or two that are ever on a thing or on an object as an indicator. But beyond that, it escapes you because you're seeing them in a weird context that it doesn't really register. But your Master Tinkerer brain tells you you've seen these like all the time.
One seems to look like this. Can I pick it up or?
Oh, you reach out for that one?
Yeah.
As you reach out for the stone, it begins to glow with a brilliant light. You feel as if the very sun itself is shining upon your face. It is a comforting feeling. And as your hands come into contact, you feel as if you're sweating every drop of liquid you have in you. You feel like you can feel your skin seeming almost to sizzle as you take 30 radiant damage, light damage, as it blasts you with light.
Okay, not touching it. I'm at crisis. Immediately. Yeah, nope. Up. Ooh. She may be a little bit longer to catch up with everyone.
And you should be able to move drone friend now if you want. Yeah, I fixed it. Actually, what I should do, double tap, I'm going to delete the tool. I can't because I have to assign it to someone. Whatever. It's fine. Yeah, no, so yeah, with that amount of crisis, yeah, that just, it blasts you with so much. Like, that's why your character backs off. Because you get the feeling if you hung on and tried to force it, it would just keep going. One presumes you'd let go the minute you felt searing pain.
Oh, did
Hmm?
Ghosts
Was that
wander the
technically-
room again.
See what I can do here. Knowing that I, in real life, am very bad at puzzles.
You can try to ask questions with your skill rolls. It's just you're dependent on your skill rolls nailing it. If they go low, I can't help. I can only help through your skills. Or through your rolls, I should say.
I'm
Like
gonna
cat-
watch the replicas of my party members do this and see if I can infer any of the ideas of
You get the
what needs
feeling
to
that
be.
you see the ghost moving around, and you get the feeling you'd need to focus. Actually, give me insights part of it. I know exactly.
Just
what
rolled
it's
it.
like. Well, you have to roll it again because I didn't ask for it. No, I'm just... you do see bits where they moved some of these stones. You see some of them touch them, and then were knocked back, much like you were. There was a bit where Aether kind of reached out with the staff and touched one and still got hurt. So it seems contact is enough to trigger them. But then there's times when they're touching them and they're able to move them around. But there's that cautious sort of like, I don't know, and then it's a relief, and then they start grabbing it, and then you see them moving them to match these things on the hovering in the air or along the below waist height, and then you see them all kind of pile out that way.
Well, let's try this one then.
Reach out.
Before she grabs that one, I'm going to seriously ask, if I spend a Fabula point, can I leave behind a major clue for her?
You 100% can, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to spend a Fabula point.
Was
and
I just
say
about to die?
Yeah, that's fine. What's going to
Okay.
happen is as she approaches that one,
Yep.
she'll find a spot in the ground where Aether had been scratching out her thoughts while she puzzled it all together, and it will basically point her to the first one that worked. And kind of give her an idea of where Aether had been scribbling her notes, so she'll get that help.
So one of the ghosts, Aether's ghost becomes physically there, and she's not really addressing you. She seems to be explaining it to other people, and then kind of points and goes, "Wait, no, it's that one or that one? No, it's that one. So it's this one, right? Well, I don't want to touch it first." And someone eventually walks up to this one, touches it, and they're able to walk it over here.
Follow that? I have no idea
Reach
how it
out.
works. Maybe the ASCII is not looking right on my screen. I'm not sure.
Touch it. You feel an incredible weight, like it's almost like you're holding instead of it just floating there like a magic lantern with emblems on it, it feels like a boulder that's about to crush you, and then you just kind of stops in your hands. Like it weighs just enough to let you know that you're holding it, but not so much that you're falling over. And you're able to walk it over here. As you let go of it, it sinks into the mist halfway, and then it spins and pulses with light.
Would my notes have included our thoughts about how all these matched, or no?
Give me willpower on Aether's part. Willpower's part of it.
All right. Oh, that's not a good roll. Sorry, I got a 6.
You see a lot of motion and pointing. You're getting bit snippets. There is an obvious relation between the emblems in the ground and the stones. And you get a sense of it being right in your face, whatever that means. It's hard to tell. It's like you see the ghost and then it kind of fades away, and you just see this sort of translucent figure moving around. You're seeing her doing all what she did for like for a good 30 minutes to an hour of her moving around, doing stuff, touching things, talking to people. You're seeing it all at the same time.
Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna take a closer look at this symbol. Is it supposed to look like anything?
Insight's part of it.
Whew.
That one, you think about it. Thankfully, you're a master tinker, so you know quite a bit. That looks like a magic sigil as well. You're trying to think because it's the language that they use in the old ruins that the Sultanate's digging through. But you didn't go in those things, right? But it's like, oh, what was it? What's that word? And then you're like, well, you do that thing where when you're struggling to find a word, you talk around the word to get at it. Not it. Okay, so it represents breath of life, movement. It's essential for transition between the physical and ethereal plane. The word for that escapes you, but you know that's what it is. That's what that emblem means.
Try wind.
You start reaching out to it, and you see a burning light coming off of it. It becomes very, very hot. You see
I know
flames.
she pointed at that one, but she shed wind. Did you say wind? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She was looking for the one that had wind.
Okay, which one's wind?
Yeah, that's the issue. We can't tell her which one's wind.
I've already committed.
Okay, I tried.
And actually, because of that particular query, give me willpower there, Seven. Willpower's part of it, I should say. You might get a sense of the magic that's going on here. You're pretty sure this one's fire. Do you still reach out for it?
God.
Let's not touch the fire.
Do you reach out for that one?
Yep.
Start reaching for it. You hear a wind blowing past you. You feel it blowing about your hair. Your little drone friend struggling to stay level. And then when you touch it, it kind of calms to a nice gentle breeze. And you're able to feel it move around in your hands like a magic lantern. To the ground it goes.
Okay. Have anything I can use? I'll hawk with it. I have full I have full IP. I should really just. If I get hit again, I may go down. So I think it's.
Dig in your bag and swig a remedy back. The sunburn fading from your arms and clothes. Actually, your clothes look a little sun bleached because you got hit with light damage.
Ouch. All right, next one.
Insight's part of it.
I haven't died yet.
Not entirely sure what this one is.
Okay.
It's
Try the next one. See if they narrow it down.
Insight on that?
I'll try the next one, and we'll
I'll get it.
It's better.
Something anyway. This one, man, you're starting to really wish you read these books a lot more. But hey, who knew you're gonna have to read ancient materials in friggin' the Darklands? Thought that was gonna.
Doesn't that suck when you're raised a peasant?
Yeah.
Somewhere in the distance, Lucius Aventus feels really smug and he doesn't know why.
This represents balance of energy and preservation of form.
Nice. It really sucks to have been born a peasant in a family where a good half of everyone's illiterate.
You reach out for the stone. Cold breeze blows out from it. The sigils light up. As your hands start reaching out, a lance of ice juts out of it and stabs you in the shoulder. You take 30 ice damage. Fall into crisis. That, oh my god, hurt.
If she took 30, wouldn't... Yeah, she'd have 34 health. She's not in crisis
No
yet.
crisis.
Oh, you're not in crisis. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were in crisis.
Almost.
Never mind.
Balance of energy and preservation of form. Bolt is pretty sporadic. So is fire. Not even going to touch poison. Physical then?
Give me insight here. There's something you're thinking of something here.
Oh, yeah.
You think the order matters.
Oh, that's really not good.
Yeah, it means you can't skip one.
I can't skip them, and yours truly in real life has a -2 versus all puzzle-related rolls. No, seriously, I played through Professor Layton with a hint guide up.
Hey, there's a hint guide out there. They're just not spending their resources, that's all.
Yeah.
I will say, I'll do you a deal. Because they did, the rest of the party did solve this. So this isn't insolvable. I will charge you some IP. Or a bit of help. You might have a book on the top.
A bit of IP for help is better than a bit of IP for stumbling around and getting hurt.
Hey, they did it for a while, but then again, there was 3 of them, so they kind of spread out the damage.
Yeah.
Yup.
Let's call it 3.
Really like this puzzle.
3
Alright.
for useful book.
I'm down to 4.
So in order, from right to left, or when entering the room from the first one to the last one you see. The first one is stability. The second one is movement. The third one is transformation. The third one is preservation. The fourth one's preservation. I'll list them off later. The fifth one is revelation. The sixth one is mystery. Seventh one is force. Eighth one is corruption. The ninth one is manifestation. You recognize from this book that these are the old magic emblems. These are the ones that were used before the current magical theory. It was how you moved things from the Arcana Sea of Souls and such into the physical realm. Whereas now it's a lot less complex because, how do you make movement do the thing that you're thinking of? Simplified it into a manner that's so simple you can make it into a tiny rune and put it on the side of a gun or a sword.
You know what? Support Drone Mark 3 version 18. I wish I'd gone to school.
Instead of steal the book out of the library.
Again, off in the distance, Lucius's head is just getting so big.
Well, don't let it get too big, you'll fall over.
That's why he has helpers.
He has they just keep him propped up while his head just gets massive.
Incoming message from the big giant head.
He's got
What
the
was that
bobblehead
from?
cheat
I know
code
that
on.
reference.
Got the Just Cause bobblehead cheat code.
Bobblehead cheat code.
Corby, was that a reference to an old show or something? Because it sounded real familiar.
Third Rock from the Sun.
That's what I thought. God damn, I couldn't place it.
That show's been on the air for a while, to be fair.
Well, no, I hadn't seen it in so long.
So this one represents stability. This one represents movement and da.
Yeah, so ice for 4. Relation, twilight. We'll go bolt for the next one.
Start reaching out. You hear the crackle and snap of energy, and it starts darting out in all different directions. You start reaching out to it, and then crack! It snaps with a lightning crack into your chest, and you take 30 bolt damage.
Yeah, oh boy.
Oh jeez.
Okay, well, I have 1 heal left in me. That's great. Cool. If I don't heal right now, I'm going to die. So, alright, no IP. Pop it to 1.
Oh.
Feedback, you fall out of crisis. Yeah, electric burn marks and scorches. Your armor's looking really funky now. You're both in the sun too long, and you got hit by lightning.
God.
Hey, Mr. Big
All
Head
right.
over there, why don't you spend a point and help her out?
Yeah, I'm considering it. It's just this is my 1 point.
I could spend a point. I have points to spare.
Are you spending it?
Yes.
Right.
Hey guys, I feel bad to have you all held up on me and my puzzle deficiency.
Don't feel bad. They were here
Hey,
for
we
a while.
struggled with this for.
We were
like,
here for quite a while.
Yeah, we spent like 90 minutes on it. As I recall.
You see the form of More Duncan become a lot more solidified as she's looking around and talking with everyone. What's your hint, More Duncan?
Um, sorry, thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, right now, Seven needs to know which one transformation is.
I think it's gonna be this one next. Corruption's gotta be darkness. No idea what manifestation is. Versus probably physical. Mystery's probably poison. And I know
I
for a
would-
fact that preservation's ice.
I would identify transformation, I guess.
It's similar to transformation in energy. It's a catalyst that drives change and powers transition from the material to the ethereal. So I don't know. It sounds like fire to me.
Alright. Don't gotcha me, GM.
Reach
So I'm
out.
gonna reach out.
See the fire licking away from it. You feel the heat starting to burn your face and scald your hands, and then it's like holding a warm bit of copper in the middle of winter as you hold it in your hands.
Alright. Let's take it here.
Dunk. Sinks into the ground.
Next one will be ice.
Reach out. You feel the crackling of ice, the blowing freeze. Oh, you back off. Oh, you reach back out to it again. And it gets very cold. Looks like it's starting to crystallize, and then it all kind of melts away to your hand's grip, and it feels like you're holding a giant snowball. So cold, but not like hideously cold. To the ground it goes.
Well, revelation versus manifestation. I think I'm gonna go back to light.
You reach out. The rune glows with a brilliant light, as if the sun itself is beaming upon your face. You feel it starting to scald your skin just a tiny bit. When you touch it, it feels like you are on a nice spring day and a sunny morning.
All right. Revelation next is mystery. Ooh, it could go either way. Corruption versus mystery. Hmm. I can take one more hit and that would essentially solve it. We'll try poison next.
You reach out to the stone. You can see an ichor starting to bleed out from the emblems. You can see it's pulsating in the air, and as your hands touch onto it, you see the ichor kind of start climbing up your hands very rapidly, and you very quickly back off and take 30 poison damage.
Yikes.
Okay. Next one is dark.
Reach out to the stone. You see a pulsing purplish blackish light, or lackness thereof, as if it's sucking away all the faint ambient light that seems to be in the area. And as you reach out to it, you feel that there is so much you don't know, yet one pain at a time, figuring it out. Touch the stone.
All right. Next one.
Actually, I think because I remember this threw us last time. I will spend a Fabula,
What?
and I will give 7 whatever force is, because I remember force and manifestation really threw us.
Well, it could be force or it could be bolt. I don't know. I'm really sure it's physical. Yeah, but physical might be manifestation, but that might be bolt. That's true. You know what?
Yeah.
We got to risk it. I mean, at some point we have to, so I think it's bolt. And they reach out to bolt and they're able to move it around.
Okay.
4.
You
Yeah,
watched
I
me
remember
about
the
to kill
whole conversation
myself.
last time.
So that was literally the conversation we all had.
Okay.
You reach out, the crackles of energy, the snaps of electricity, and as you touch it, you feel your hair starts to stand out on end, and you have a vision for a moment of a grand caravan going across a desert toward a massive facility. You see countless peasants and indentured servants being forced to go on this grand expedition, and on the horizon you see that they've unearthed a grand edifice of some, except it isn't a ruin. You've seen pictures of it. You've heard people talk about them. You've seen like photographs probably of it. This looks like something else entirely. This looks like a massive mechanical beast that dwarfs even the grand palace of the Sultanate. Then you find yourself holding the this particular magic stone. By the way, all your HP and MP return to normal,
Really? Okay, thank you.
as you seem to be attuned to bolt energy as far as this realm is concerned. Everyone had a special.
Yay. All right, there you go.
Dunk.
Next one will be poison.
You reach out to it.
Nice tentacles. Nice poison tentacles.
It starts bleeding the ichor. Oh, it smells really bad. It smells like rot. Oh, do you really need to touch this? I guess you do. If you just touch it. Oh, this feels icky. This feels wrong, but you're holding it, I guess.
Yay.
You're able
Flick
to
it
kind of
down.
flick off the rest of it off your hands, but you feel like that smell's going to stick with you for a while.
And last one is physical.
Reach out to it. You see little spikes starting to jet out from the runes. And then as your hands get closer, they retract and you're allowed to touch the stone.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna troll her for good with like the last one's special, 100 points of damage.
Die.
Oh god.
The door slides open to reveal this brand new, getting
Oh,
far
God.
and wide.
Yeah. We spent like 90 minutes on that puzzle last time. I really
Yeah.
like that puzzle, but man.
It was fun.
Seven
We got
has a
up to
gun
all-
now.
In these
She
long
looks
hall-
like
Oh, go ahead.
Zevin has a gun. She looks half dead. And she quietly like loads it while grumbling something about her party members.
In these grand halls of trees and wildlife, well, not wildlife, it's all trees and plant life, I should say. Much greenery about the grounds, much greenery of forests in all directions, and you see various shadows of people, silhouettes that shift and change and morph and blend and move about and whatever it is that they're doing. But you do see gaps, large gaps that extended much into each direction. You see that down very far off that way, there seems to be a sparkle of light. You'd have to go some ways to get there. You look down up that way, you see there's more sparkle of lights, and down that way there's more sparkle of lights. You realize that to get to those areas, to change zones, if you will, you would be spending a travel roll to get there, because it is a long walk to get to any of these areas.
Okay. We'll go this way with the travel roll. And
Remind me, everybody else, did we have a conversation about how easy it would be for Seven to locate us? Because we were also so convinced that she'd be able to find us easily.
Hey.
Ooh, a discovery.
Oh, good.
oh hey, I get a Fabula.
So, as you start walking that way, you actually stop. As you start walking that way, you see the shadows of your fellow party members kind of wandering around. They look around much like you did, like, "Oh, what's this? Oh, that's weird." And then they just kind of looked around, shrugged, and went that way.
But I've already moved in one direction.
No, you stop. You
And
see
travel
that
back?
before you leave because you did your discovery. So you're able to stop and go, "Wait a minute, that's not where they went. They went that way."
All right.
You
That
can
way
continue
it is.
exploring that way if you want. You just know they went that way.
I'm not leaving on my own. This place has all the scary puzzles.
You travel through the wood and you follow after the ghostly forms of your party members. It would seem to you they didn't. You remember in the other room where they kind of wandered around, and they were kind of like touching things, and they were all over the place. That's because you're seeing them do the entire puzzle all at once. Here, it seems they just kind of went this way. That's the only thing they did, and then they went that way. Man, I'm not rolling any sexes. I can't attack you.
Oh,
Wait.
also, because it's 7, doesn't that change the size of the die?
That's why it's a D10 instead of a D12.
Oh.
And every time I roll travel, I get IP back. Thank God.
Oh, really? Just any travel ticks up IP?
Yes.
Is that your new mastery, or?
Yes. No, it's just a Wayfarer ability.
Oh, forget me, jeez.
That's awesome.
In this place, you find a circular chamber that has a lot of mirrors, and you see only a reflection in this grand hall of mirrors, reflecting you in a variety of forms in clothing. Some in high tech, some in low tech, some in natural, some in high fantasy, some in modernity. But they're all you.
None of them are ever gonna try to grab me, right?
Doesn't seem any of them have yet.
Yet. Keyword is yet.
I will note that their shadows seem to mill around here. It looks like they were in a fight of some kind. And maybe they won, maybe they didn't. It's kind of unclear, because again, you're seeing it all happen all at once. And then at some point, you do see some of the shadows go down this lit path deeper into some sort of building.
Hello? Guys? Weird freaky mirrors?
You see your
Yeah, they're just-
reflections doing much the same, calling out for the others, finding themselves alone.
Alright, enough looking at the weird other me's.
You start walking down the lit path. Into it you go. Find yourself right back where you started.
Uh-oh. Hmm. That's a dilemma. I'm gonna inspect the version in the reflections. Perhaps this isn't as easy as it looked. Not my reflection, specifically the rooms around them, in the mirrors.
Oh, insight's part of it. 16's pretty good. These seem to be soul mirrors. They're meant to reflect upon the various possibilities that one can encounter when you leave the Sea of Souls. You are but a stream that goes to the living world, and there are many ways one's stream can go, but there's only one way water falls. These things show other ways that water could travel if there was a rock in the way, if there was a tree here, or whatever. And it shows that they're all about that topic, about seeing into the other realms, but close enough that they're similar to you. So they're not like elsewhere; they're here. There are other streams here. One particular line that looks apart from the rest of it, and it seems to be on this mirror, and you see it repeated on a few other ones when you kind of glance around real quick. It says, "Only those who see within shall find the way beyond. Fear is but a shadow, truth the light to dispel it." And you catch that as a sort of reminder for whoever made them, so in case they happen to forget how this works, it's like, oh, right, that's the reminder. That's how to deal with this.
I look at the little laser on my tiny drone. Truth, the light to no truth, right. Alright.
Oh my god. All I can imagine is just shooting the mirror and just watching the light like bounce around.
She pulls a little notepad and jots it down on her second option. What's so good about all these mirrors, huh? Do they even have a fashion sense?
They seem to have various styles. Some of them familiar, like some of them look like they're from Coria Stellum, some of them look like they're from Tirgan Sigith, some of them look Darklandish, some of them look like they're from the far north, some of them from the Holy Empire, and others still completely outlandish. Just weird shiny armor. Another one looks like you're dressed in as if you're dressed in ley lines of some kind. One of you looks like you're utterly starved and wasted away, as if you haven't seen food in a long while. But each of them are still Zevin, and each of them still have the little drone. The drone changes wildly between mirrors.
The DLC outfits.
This one's shiny. I'm gonna get a closer look at it.
You look at the one that's in Shine and Gleam. She stares at you. She frowns and folds her arms. She looks at the drone of hers, which seems to be a lot more militant in appearance than yours. It looks armored to some degree. Your reflection's armor seems to be that of one in. Actually, since you know about lasers, it looks like a sort of mirrored reflection. In theory, you get the feeling that if someone were to shoot this Zevon with a laser, it would actually reflect it away. Great. It's a mirror dungeon. I love mirror dungeons. All right, what are you then? Are you gonna shoot me with ice, or fill me with poison, or it's gonna be?
No, that was like 3 rooms ago.
It's really hurt, all right? You're not allowed to make fun of me for that. I don't like puzzles, damn it.
Oh, me too. Wait, are we in this puzzle together?
Oh,
No, I'm in this puzzle. You're a reflection.
Hmm. Sure about that?
Yes. I'm the one with the ray gun, so... And you see her...
You got a ray gun? Show it, show. Oh, it's also shiny.
You see this shiny black, very plain looking thing compared to yours. Looks kind of chunky and blocky, and roll an attack roll to shoot somebody because she's shooting at you. Since that seems to be her solution to the problem.
She's
Shoot the
shooting
mirror.
me. With what? Magic cannon or Istingar?
Magic cannon.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
She might miss. She still has to hit you.
No, I just hit mastery. Plus 5 damage.
Oh no. Whew.
I guess it should be light. Let's see. But it should be light damage if she's got a ray gun.
It can only be turned to light, yeah.
Alright, let's see what my defense. My defense is 9, that hits.
Oh,
Naturally.
So yeah, it fires at you with that Q noise, which your gun doesn't make that noise. It just it's light. It doesn't make noise.
That's so cool.
You take it appears 23 light damage. Actually, I correct myself. It
Pretty
is
good.
in fact 28 radiant damage. Or
She
light
gets
damage.
more damage.
Yeah, it's designed for light damage. It's specialized for light, and you notice that from it. It seems like that Q noise actually seems to be an actual practical thing it's doing. She fires a couple more
Dang.
times, and you probably you just step out of the mirror and do they fire out and oh, I didn't break the mirror. Damn it! I
What's
hate
wrong
mirror
with
puzzles.
you?
Well, you're the reflection. Get back here so I can hit you. Maybe if I shoot you enough,
why
the
do you
mirror will
always-
go away.
Why do you have to shoot? Why do you have to always have to shoot first? God.
What, I'm supposed to wait for someone to shoot at me and then I dodge my head suddenly because I'm more fair? I mean, why would I do that? That's silly. Well, you want me to go back in time and change everything? That's not how life works. Now get back here.
No. No. She flips a maroon gesture and walks off the side of the mirror.
Give me willpower as part of it. You might be able to convince this person of something. There's a certain level of willpower of actually flipping them the bird and then like, wow, they can still hit your hand sort of thing. It's like, I want you to see it, but I don't want you to hit me either.
Ow.
Thankfully,
No,
you...
I'm re-rolling that. I'm spending a Fabula on that.
To what trait?
I'm routing and I'm rough and tumble. I've got
Yeah.
skills when it comes to flipping people rude gestures.
Did you drop your fab on the floor? I can't grab it from you.
I missed 7 so much.
At least one of us did. No, I'm just kidding. So you're only re-rolling the 2, right? You're gonna leave the 1 for, sporting.
No. Do I re-roll the whole thing or re-roll 1 dice?
It's your choice. You can re-roll 1 or both.
Both. 10.
And yeah, you stick your hand out. Whoa, hold on. Wait, I think I figured it out. I'm not gonna
What?
shoot.
You sure about that? That's
Uh, yeah, I think I
Put the
have.
gun down. Put it on the floor.
Would you put your gun on the floor? It's on my hip.
Yeah.
Well, put yours on the floor then. I'm not doing it. It's on my hip. I'm not gonna shoot you.
Drops her instant gun on the floor and then kicks it over.
Fine. You hear a clatter and then a skittering noise on the other side of the mirror.
All right.
See a very annoyed version of yourself, folding her arms, not happy. All right.
Hey, don't give me that look. You got to be the cool one. You got like cool clothes and they're clean.
Oh, I thought that was like some sort of like magical armor. That's just dirt. Okay, that's a little depressing. Right. So focus. I think I figured it out. It's like that stupid puzzle from the other place. From the something to do with revealing the truth or something like that to break the illusion. Okay, so I'll go first. For me, the truth is, I think the Force is made up and not real. And I honestly think that a ray gun will solve most problems. My friend won't like that, but whatever. I think it's just a bunch of lasers and hocus pocus. Your turn. Remember, it has to be real or it won't count. Somehow these things know that for some reason. I hate magic.
I wanted in several counties for several counts of thievery and 1 count of tax evasion.
Oh, great. I'm a scout. And the mirror cracks and shatters, and all your reflections disappear from all the mirror.
Tax evasion.
I love how
Was it-
her entire truth was that she's basically Han Solo.
Some would say she's a little short for a stormtrooper, but you know she tries to correct people with the laser gun.
But
Tax evasion isn't that big an offense, is it?
Depends
Hello?
on the-
Cool me? Man.
look, the Joker
Oh.
would mess with Batman, but the IRS, no, thank you.
Alright, pick up my weapon. Hopefully I can buy my way out of here now. Legally, I'm not old enough to pay taxes in certain counties. That's why it's impressive I've got 1 charge of tax evasion.
I was just thinking that just means you really pissed off that tax collector.
Exactly. Perhaps I was also doing identity fraud. You'll never know.
Oops. Helps if I actually. There we go. So, party members, as you trundle along and walk your way deeper and deeper across this path of light, you find yourself being trailed by a ghostly figure that solidifies into the personage of Zevin Demeril.
7.
Yo!
I'm gonna look her carefully to see if she's not one of her mirror images. Are you really our 7?
She looks half dead.
Okay, it's
seven.
her.
Sun bleach, burned,
Beep boop.
partially frozen, a little bit poisoned. And she's holding the gun. And she looks
Yes, that's our
very-
7. Took you long enough. You look awful.
You left me in that puzzle, like without solving it, without even leaving a note.
I left scribbles in the ground for you. Didn't you find them?
You did. You get a free pass. You. She pulls out
Yes.
her magic cannon and fires a warning blast.
Or
Right at his feet.
Do you need some treatment? You look hurt.
You don't look to be in crisis, if that helps.
I needed that stress relief. Okay. Maybe I got electrocuted once. Did I get electrocuted? Oh no, I can't remember.
Yeah, I think you got electrocuted. You got poisoned.
Yeah.
you-
Question for the game master: does she show up before or after we took our rest at the end of the last session?
This is after you rested and walked this way.
Okay.
And there was even a moment of, will she catch up to us? Well, I don't know. We'll just have to carry on. Hopefully she'll catch up to where we are. And then suddenly she's there.
Right.
From your perspective, it's almost like she was just one room away. Technically, she was in the same room every time. She was just in a different plane of existence. A different instance of the stream, if you will.
Or 7.
Rip.
Technically, you were solving the puzzle at the same time she was. The problem was, well, you were in different planes of existence.
Yep. So what is this room we're in again?
So, in this space, you see this vast chamber. And within it, you see a myriad of battles fought by many people in shadow. These facsimiles, these ghostly figures, using a variety of weapons, some shooting off some streams of light, one presumes, some throwing massive spells. But no, there's no sound, it's just this silent pantomime of whatever this is. They flicker and shift and move about. You see that the ceiling is high, and actually seems to, instead of going to that sort of misty purplish green, it goes into a black emptiness. The walls around you seem to be a smooth, polished stone with various runes. They're almost stamped into them, much like the magic stones you saw at the entrance. They seem to be in that ancient magical tongue that you have learned about, the old language of magic. But in the center, you see that there is a sort of sphere, a perfect orb, an impossible orb that could never be happen in nature, and you're not even sure even the best craftsman could create it. It has to be by magic or technology far beyond what you have, magic tech perhaps. But it's this perfect sphere, just floating a few feet off the ground. And upon its face, almost below its face, not etched onto it, but under it, within it, shining through the surface, are various patterns that are shifting and dancing within it. At the ground beneath it, there seems to be a sort of a pool of water that it's floating over. It seems like a liquid. Water is kind of a strong thing to say. It's kind of glowing and kind of ever-essent. A bit more indicator. Yes.
Lucius just looks at 7 and says, well, if anything, I do have to admit, your timing is impeccable. We have a strange Magitech orb right here, and you are a resident Magitech expert, so...
And within that liquid shadow, if you will, you see what appears to be, or does not appear, as it seems to fade in and out of existence, a gauntlet. It seems to be rotating as if on an invisible axis.
Gauntlet rotate.
Rotate.
The Gauntlet's what we're here for.
Probably.
No, definitely. There was a legend about it, remember?
Oh, was there?
What was the name of it again? The Gauntlet of, Sorry, rabbit brain. Think no good.
Banani.
Let's think back then. We can roll a recall check.
Willpower will be part of it.
I'd like to help whoever makes the roll.
Should you make the roll? You are the person
Yeah, I
trying to
think your
recall it.
willpower's better than mine, isn't it?
Mine's only a d6, but I will
Oh.
try.
Hang on. Then I might be better then. I have a D8.
All right, well, I'll help you then.
Thank you for the hydrate, by the way. That was a while ago. I've been hydrating this whole time with iced coffee.
Yep.
Willpower.
Oh,
Well, assist
Ooh.
might get you at least a 7.
It wouldn't, because I'd also need more Duncan to help.
You
Yeah,
need
you
at least
need-
3 other people to get at least 10 on theirs to get you to 7.
Or 2
Oh, wait, no.
other people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 2. Yeah, that's true. Oh, no plus there.
Yep. Okay. Then I don't get it.
No plus there. Yeah, you can't get it. Or helped. You're not sure. You feel like you've heard it, but you've run into the word before. It's probably in the poems you've heard in taverns before, like in the bardic tales, but
right.
Oh, here lies the gauntlet veiled in might, a tool of power,
Yeah.
dark and light.
We don't actually know the name of the gauntlet. It's just the gauntlet.
It's just the gauntlet.
That's
I kept
funny.
thinking, you see, I kept thinking gauntlet as in, like, we're running the gauntlet. I thought this whole place was the gauntlet.
I mean it is.
Oh, no. I was thinking of the gauntlet like the video game. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, I'm nicer than that video game.
Yeah.
Although you do have a time limit, which I really should bring that clock down.
The wizard is hungry, but the Valkyrie shot the food.
Jeez. So I'm thinking maybe 7, check out ponder the orb. And Lucius might ponder these battle scenes that seem to be going on in the walls around us.
You see a herd of 16 deer with antlers of razor sharp thorns running around attacking people.
In the wall scenes or in the orb?
Around you, amongst the
right.
shadows.
Okay.
The shadows are like all around here, fighting amongst themselves.
Oh. They could become solidified and attack us at any moment, you're saying, or it feels.
It almost feels like the battle is at its crescendo.
Oh, boy.
You're not sure why
Oh.
you feel that, though.
Huh. I
Is
don't
it-
like that.
Is an orb being pondered?
I am pondering said orb.
What are you pondering about as you stare into its face? Or are you staring at the runes within? Or are you staring at the gauntlet within? Or a sort of overall heal?
Permission to ponder.
I guess insight's part of it. Well, this is an ancient tech or magitech. This is a magisphere of some kind, although it's a grand magisphere of some kind, meant to contain an artifact. And it seems to have. You see occasional runes.
Let's look at the orb first and then the gauntlet. See,
Certainly.
I'm gonna just disconnect, reconnect real quick.
Sure.
There we go.
Are we coming through good for you?
Yeah, there was like a ton of delay beforehand.
Oh,
Gotcha.
so you're seeing all of that. You see the various runage, and you realize it's a magitech sphere, a grand one to contain an artifact. And you see, it's hard to read because it's moving so much, and it's not like you're fluent in it. Thankfully you have that book familiar, so you're able to kind of flow through, but it takes a bit to kind of go, just sit still for a second. And you see that there are now magispheres, not that you interact with them much, but magispheres, grand magispheres, when they're containing things, Usually have different ways to open it. In case you screw up and forget how to open it a certain way, you have other ways to open it, sort of backup on backups. Which you would think would make it insecure, but if you don't know how to open it, or you don't know the old language, the more locks you have, the less scared you are it's going to be stolen. Or the more you want to be able to get at it. But there's 3 ways to open this, it seems. One rune says something about reflection. One says balance. And one says resonance. And you feel like if you reach out and touch it, it'll activate that particular key.
We did reflection.
Reflection, balance, and resonance.
And we did reflection, I think.
Did we?
Yeah, because the mirror room.
You're right. We dealt with
I bet
reflections.
I bet each of the other paths would have been one of the other things.
You're saying we probably already unlocked it.
That's my guess.
You do the other challenges to unlock it.
It might be that you have to do all of them to unlock it, and then we have to trek through this whole place. But man, I hope not. While Seven's looking over the orb and trying to figure out how the locks would open, I'd like to actually examine the gauntlet and see what I can understand about it.
Insight's part of it.
Okay.
Lucius wants to see if he can't calm down this battle that's going on here.
That'll be willpower for you.
For me,
Oh, 12.
willpower insight for me, I think.
So the gauntlet itself appears to fade in and out of existence. Like it's almost like it's between here and there. It seems to be a part yet essential to all magical things. So you get the sense from it. It's hard to describe, but you get the sense that it's not any one element. It's kind of, but it's not its own element. It is all the elements, and it's none of them.
Right. Okay.
And it seems to be almost like a tether or between the two places. It's not between the Sea of Souls and it's almost like a gauntlet meant to reach through the Sea of Souls. Put it that way.
All
And also
And
it gives a sense of domination and dominion. Because it's a gauntlet, it's a symbol of power.
Yeah, I rolled a 5. That
You have
no
no clue.
I pass along to everyone what I discern about the gauntlet. I believe ownership of the gauntlet is a symbol of power in some form, and that its power is connected to all and none of the elements, and it's meant for reaching through the Sea of Souls somehow.
I don't think we have much more time to ponder it.
I agree.
If we've solved any of this orb's challenges, it would be the challenge of reflection. So, 7, that may be our best bet.
What you...
Say again, you cut out.
Girl. Someone will reach out and hit that reflection. I'll touch it. Me?
And from the gauntlet spills a grand figure as the orb evaporates.
Oh?
And forms into a figure burning with fire, blazing with the sun's rays and the moon's reflection, dripping with the ichors of poison, bristling with many sharp branches and points, with firm stones of rock and bowls of judgment and metal. Feel a ever-essent and ever-present chill, as if it is drawing itself into the world, and in fact, you as well. It stares upon you and looms over you. The various shadows continue their battle, but they back away from it, as if much less out of fear, but more the way one would back away from a slow-moving boulder rolling through a battlefield. You know it's there, so just step over 5 feet and you won't get crushed. So stand over here, dummy. That's what people are doing. Or the shadows are. This being has a gauntlet in each of its hands, holding these grand scales as it floats there and then begins to drill its grand feet into the ground.
You chose reflection, not balance, right?
All is balance when thinking upon the reflection of the many streams from which we come. And in such ways, we find it in ourselves to resonate with all streams, the entire sea that bears life.
Who are you?
I, and thou, I.
Persona.
Right.
I am the guardian of the sanctum, the ethereal convergence of this moment, for all of you. And though you see not each other, know I see all of you, and take in the balance, and upon the reflections, the resonance you have with each other. It's at that moment when you guys look around, you see all those other mirror images of yourself. They've solidified out of the shadow, and they're there. Some of them look confused, like they were in the middle of a fight, and then this happened. Others have the same reaction as you. There's like one standing next to Zevin who probably did the same thing she did, where it was like, oh, it must be this one. Press. Oh, whoop. Oh, there's one of me here, sort of look. So there's lots of Zevins, there's lots of Luciuses, lots of Aethers and Moors and Umbriniuses and Viviuses and drones.
How do we prove our worthiness to take possession of the gauntlet?
All of you here have faced upon yourselves your deepest fears and desires. It looked past the illusions of your other choices. Found it within yourself to accept that which you fail at and that which you succeed at. From this inner strength and clarity, you will find yourselves able to wield the gauntlet I bear and still remain in your realm, countless or finite it may be. I ask upon you to tell me true. What is this emblem, and what does it represent? And you see a stone appear in the middle. There's only one of the stone, and all of you kind of look over. Some people get ready to shoot it. Some people back away, like, oh no, not this again.
It is light. A symbol of revelation and truth and justice.
Well, actually, that's the modern light one, yes.
And upon who should this bear? And from whom does it bring?
Can I make an insight check? Is it trying to ask if any of us have like an affinity to it?
I'll give that one to you for free. Yeah, it's asking in a very antiquated way.
Well, that would not be me. I'm pretty sure my resonance is with darkness.
Yours is bolt. We established that in the other room.
Oh, it is?
yeah, but
Well, sevens.
Oh.
Sevens.
I might know someone.
So that just leaves Moore and I. Do I get the impression that it's either Moore or I?
Yeah, that seems correct.
Can I try to figure out which one it's more likely to be?
Insight's part of it.
I'm guessing probably more. But I will make a roll first and see if I'm closer to it. Oh, a 16.
You remember meeting Moore and seeing her with a rod of light. Much of her clothes are in light colors. The
Right.
isles she speaks of shine brilliantly and rarely are in darkness. If anything, Tirgan Sirgith sounds like a realm of light in comparison to the Darklands.
Sure. I would point that out and say I believe it's most likely you, More. No offense, Lucius, but it just seems likely to me.
I mean,
Ye-
his name notwithstanding.
Well, I mean,
And
that
he-
is a bit on the nose, right?
And he just sort of rubs his arm and says, "No, that actually tracks."
I'll shrug and touch it, I guess?
You are now resistant to radiant as you feel the emblem sear into your soul. You feel it's all the Moors kind of coalesce into you. As you feel a presence of that all of you are now united across the many realms of existence.
Oh, resistant to light now?
Yep.
All
Cool.
the more. I love that.
That was intense.
You Duncan's Moore.
Upon which does this represent?
It is
Uh,
fire.
that's
Here.
fire.
Definitely fire.
Transformation. Aether.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
own that one up. You're right. I'll step forward and say if anybody hears about transformation, it's probably me, and I will carefully reach out and touch it.
You suffer 30 mind damage as you see various other versions of you backing away from it like they're scared to death of
Yeah, I back up. No, that didn't feel right.
it. Yeah,
Ooh.
you're one of the ones that when like you see one of yourselves kind of see you back off and go, huh? And notices everyone but that one is not touching it and like, I changed my mind too. They back up. They even get like little wings and fly away a little bit.
I think it's Lucius. If we know 7 is Bolt, and we know it's
But-
not either.
Why fire? Transformation for me. I suppose I have changed somewhat over the course of this journey, but me? And Lucius reaches for it.
You see the various versions of yourself, and there's that sort of asynchronocracy where you see various versions of yourself. Although they are many different, you see them all dressed in a panoply of various clothings and colors that is not part of the old ways of living. Everything about your armor, your weapons, are all things from which the natural world is transformed into a different material form upon which Coriastellum has thrived. And one of your greatest figures is a grand mount of fire to the northwest.
That's what I was. That was the thing I didn't want to say, but
You are now resistant to fire.
cool.
as you feel the emblem and all of yourselves coalesce into this burning flame.
That and
And
of any of us, it seems to me that you most want to transform.
For as the natural world transforms, so too the soul.
And I like to think that on his like little side cape thing, there's now a little embroidered flame.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's see. And he steps back.
Upon whom and what does this bear?
Okay, I think we all know this one, Aether.
First off, it represents darkness.
Dark ones.
Listen, Branius is something he hasn't been telling us.
True. I suppose I'm a mystery even to myself, and mystery and darkness track together, so I'll step forward.
There's a couple of you that watch the most of you go up, and there's an extreme caution of, are we choosing this one? Then the other two kind of look at each other, they point at each other, and then there's that realization of, oh right, we're all supposed to touch it. Then they come over. It seems some of you have had a worse time than you have in this dungeon. But as you all coalesce together, when you peer into the darkness as you reach out to it, you recognize in that darkest place upon which wizards and sorceresses play, things in life that dwell within that darkness are mystery even to themselves, and that eventually it is not from the darkness from which they are. It is not, the mystery is not the evil, it is what that mystery becomes. You are the potential upon which the material world will one day be. And you are one of the few creatures who truly represents that transformative. It's transformative, but you're not just a transformation perpetual. You are a mystery perpetual. Perhaps you always will be. You are now resistant to darkness.
Okay. Very cool.
I will also tell you, because this is relevant to your themes, you sense places of darkness will hold places. Well, you are a manifestation of the darkness of Darklands, but in other Darklands-like places, you'll find creatures like yourself. Because they have, that's part of, much like a wolf will be found in a forested area, or an undead in a dark area. Amidst all that undeath, sometimes in the mystery, there are people like yourselves who transform into the world around them.
All right. That symbol for darkness. I don't think it's actually going to be reflected on her clothing anywhere. Rather, it's branded, on her very spirit.
Cool.
Somewhere where you can't normally see it, but those with sight beyond sight, like would be provided by the Sword of Omens, would be able to see it.
Yeah.
And I'll step back and sort of, adjust myself.
And upon whom and which and what does this power bear? Various other Zevons all look at the one Zevon who looks the least hurt.
I look the least hurt? Is it me?
Yeah. The one in the shiny armor kind of smirks and just shakes her head. It seems she must have gotten into a fight between here and there. There's a lot of scorch marks on her armor now. Apparently, light damage is great, but fire doesn't reflect very well.
Gonna give her a thumbs up anyways. Her armor still looks so cool.
Yeah.
She's so cool. Too bad we can't chat. I'd love to talk gizmos and gadgets, but yeah. I'll catch you guys later.
Mhm.
We'll talk cool armor later. Goodbye. I'm gonna
And
grab
what
a-
does this represent, child?
It's bolt. It's lightning. It's
Force.
it's force. Thanks.
No, that's lightning.
As you reach out to it, you see in that desert that great monstrosity, the great Mechanicus in the desert. You see that they're seeming to establish grand spires of metal with rings and an orb at the top. And it is in a dark night where the stars are blinkered out. That the doom of the Sultanate will come by force. The various sevens coalesce into each other, and you find yourself adorned in nice reflective armor that seems to make you resistant to bolt damage. It's not perfect, but it's not radiant. But hey, it's resistance.
I got to keep the cool armor.
Did anybody else hear that?
Oh, my mic. My mic drifted away from my head.
Okay.
Oh, I get to keep the cool
Oh.
armor. A little bit, not much.
Hey, you look like that one you were just fangirling all over.
She shot me.
Oh, you've shot
Twice.
yourself. Upon yourselves and etched within you is a truth that will reveal that which you seek and will part away that would barred you path. For it is in the convergences that grand change is made manifest. And you find the gauntlet floating there. Empty, shadows blinkered away.
Lucius
coolest
approaches
thing
the
so far.
gauntlet. Bag, please.
You don't want to try it on to see what it does?
Suppose. Why not? Lucius puts the gauntlet on.
Willpower is part of it, as you feel your
Awesome.
many selves dissociating away from you.
Oh, wonderful. I'm gonna do insight willpower. Thank you. First good roll of the night.
Nice.
Nice.
13.
Marax, and thank you very much for the follow. That popped up a little longer than I thought it was going to. To answer your question, by the way, chat. What games do I play most? It's mostly been Fabula Ultima, like today. Star Trek Adventures on Tuesdays, and there's gonna be another game on Saturdays. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but most of the games that we do on this channel is TTRPGs. I have been doing other things as well. I haven't played any games recently. I should get back to my variety streaming about it. But to answer Lucius Avantis' question, as I hold him in with bated breath on his 13, you are. It just occurred to me, Mary, that I could totally just say answers to your questions instead of typing them, because Twitch. Don't mind me. So also I'm stalling a little bit, so don't mind. So wearing the gauntlet, you hear voices communicating beyond yourself about topics that don't seem terribly relevant to your problem, which is rather strange. There were some chuckling, some laughter, some worried glances in your direction from people you can't really see, but they see you perfectly fine. But as you hold the gauntlet and flex it in your hand, you feel that connection to the beyond and across the various streams of existence. It feels like from this, you could phase yourself through solid matter. You could reach out to shadows and tap into energies beyond yourself. However, each time you do such a thing, you begin to detach from the material world. You begin to become less part of the countless realms that you dwell. Until eventually, the one that we know no longer becomes a thing.
Oh, it's the Tachyon Gauntlet. Awesome.
What's your most favorite characters? In what, Mary?
Or Oranon gets what I mean by that.
I get it.
This is the
Sparkle on, sparkle off. It's Monday. Forget yourself.
Yep. Oof.
This is the Ethereal Gauntlet of Veiled Dominion.
Oh, Lucius removes it. That could potentially be useful.
Oops, I put that in the wrong spot.
But-
You can't see it in chat. I'm sorry. There you go.
Yeah,
I give you a look and say, what does it actually allow you to do, though?
I think.
Get like gauntlet sweat with it or no?
Not really. I get the feeling from this, the impression I received from the other me's across existence, that I could discorporate
Feeling?
myself, pass through solid matter as though a phantasm, reach to energies beyond, a little too, what's the word, esoteric for my liking, but could be very useful in certain circumstances. However, it carries with the risk that, well, if one isn't careful, the discorporeation that they experience when they reach beyond could be permanent.
Okay. So you risk unmaking yourself, basically.
More or less.
That's a drawback. That's definitely a drawback. Maybe we should just store it for now?
I say we just store this for now. If nothing else, it is one of the artifacts that we need.
Right.
You do put it on though. You might want to put like a smaller glove underneath. You know, when I was out in the desert, everyone would get gauntlet sweat. You get like sand in there, and then you get like
That
water in
seems
there.
That seems like the least of the problems. That this presents.
Problem.
Well, one way or the other, Lucius looks around him at the rest of the group. I don't think we should dally here any longer.
Sounds good to me. We have a lot more to go through to get out of here, but at least we've got the gauntlet now. Maybe we can leave this place and take the train again now that we've got regained the gauntlet instead of going all the way to the end. What do you guys think? You think we can actually just go back and exit?
Possibly. Suppose we could just go back the way we came.
Right. maybe we can take the train now.
And I guess we'll start heading back towards the entrance.
Sure.
Oh hey, we don't have to make any travel rolls this time, by the looks of it.
And your journey is rather quick, speedy, and before you know it, the place upon which you looked no longer is. It's as if the Gauntlet itself made that place manifest.
Hmm.
Instead, in its place, you see the rolling hills upon which you were already traveling.
Oh boy, we don't have to go through this place anymore. Let's go see if anybody took the wheels off the train while we were gone. Put it on the hubcaps.
If anyone de-wheels the train, I will have their hide as boots.
The train is just on cinder blocks.
Yeah, that was the joke. Yeah, I was imagining the whole train lifted up on cinder block.
Fucking stole all the wheels off the train.
Never mind how strong something would have to be to do that.
The journey back up to the train is straightforward and uneventful, because it's just up the hill.
That's funny.
Do we have trouble finding it since it's camouflaged?
Thankfully, you would have, but Seven's with you, and she's the one who hit it in the first place.
Remember where we parked, everyone.
Fortunately, as long as we can locate the ley lines, we can find the train.
Yep.
She like fiddles with her drone. You hear kind of like a chirp noise. That's where I parked. Oh, it's over here.
That's
You
great.
probably, you press a button on your drone and it does the boop boop.
Exactly.
Otherwise, the train seems unmolested. It doesn't even seem like you were gone all that long. Vibius and Brinius look a little cautious because, yeah, they saw a lot of strange stuff. They're also trying not to be too annoyed that they didn't get any fancy magical sigils, but
Did
the
they
way
get
it
to
is.
share one with Lucius or no?
Huh?
Did they get to share Lucius's or no?
No.
I mean, they don't have stats. They're just.
For narrative reasons.
Well, as soon as we get back, I collect the map which I had left on the train. So we've got the map back. And I put it in my pack again as normal.
Nice.
We shouldn't stay any longer. We did encounter that cultists camp on our way here, and the
Well, it was
longer
actually a town, right?
yeah,
We just
the
plowed through. Yeah, they
Yeah.
could be coming after us.
so we shouldn't stay here any longer than is absolutely necessary. I say we fire up the engine and continue on our way. We don't have much time to lose, after all.
I agree.
I give a thumbs up with one ear.
For adventure?
Where do you take your train? To the east or the west?
West.
Damn. I mean, hooray. Good choice.
Well, we do have the help of the map for our travel checks now, as well as the boots that Seven wears.
The first place you cross is a dark swamp. But you're passing through it, so there's no travel rule for the swamp. You can reroll if it's a swamp or not. I assume no one.
That's good. Swamp's important for the ecosystem.
Yeah, that
Oops.
seems like fine. That's a whatever.
We're not going to like force every reroll through every hex of the ley
We want
lines.
villages every time. It's a
We
ring
want
of
a city
villages.
every time, like Metropolis. If it's on the ley
God.
line, it's a Metropolis. God damn it!
That
No,
was so
we're
funny.
not doing that.
And upon your next day of travel, whoopsie, oh no, I'm breaking all the things. No map player, back. There we go. Here. You travel further and farther, and we see if in these darkened hills you run into danger. This normally would be because of the sorceress's gaze upon you. It would be D12, but it's rolled down to D10 because of your ability. And nothing of note occurs to you beyond the creepy atmosphere and that sense that you are in increased danger in the Darklands than you otherwise would be. It's almost like the very land itself is watching you and praying and stalking you.
It's like somebody's watching me.
We're gonna have no privacy. Oh.
Ugh.
Were we still planning on taking a trip north to drop off the artifacts we've already collected?
I think that's a good plan, considering we've got 4 of the very dangerous artifacts on our hands.
Yeah.
Mm,
How many do we
Yeah.
have now? We've got the Gauntlet. We've got the what else was there again? Trying to remember.
The quill.
Yes,
Yep.
the quill, the umbral quill, and the map. Does the map count as one of them? I can't remember. I believe it is.
The lens. The lens and the quill.
The lens, the quill, and the gauntlet.
The-
That's it.
And then the 4th one.
Was that the map? No,
No.
I don't think it was.
No, it wasn't.
We stopped at 3 dungeons, and then there's the 4th we just finished, so that makes 4. Right?
I don't know if we got one out of the first one, did we?
We definitely.
GM help, we can't do basic math.
1, 2, 3, 4. You should have 4 artifacts.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what the 4th one is.
Lucius, are you using the 4th one as a back scratcher?
Huh?
It's his pool rubber ducky.
And using it as a hairpin.
I don't think I've written down anything. Although I will note down Ethereal Gauntlet of Veiled Dominion in my artifacts and objects thing.
Was the true map of the countless realms incomplete? One of the artifacts?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. That's why I'm asking the DM.
No. That was just
Okay.
that was a discovery item.
That's right.
Let's see. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go to my we have a list of the artifacts. Oh, I'm there. Stop. There's the Ethereal Lens of Clarity, the Umbral Quill of Shadows. Get this one.
The Gauntlet.
The Harmonic Resonator
Okay.
the one we're
of Echoing
missing.
Realms.
The one we don't remember.
Yeah,
right
I'm
now.
just trying to remember what that was. Like, what the actual object was.
Tuning fork, wasn't it?
It was what?
Wasn't it a tuning fork?
Yeah, it was a tuning fork.
Yes! Right.
What did we do with it?
We just have it. It's just...
What does it do? Does anybody remember?
No one messed with it much. Remember, it was that place where it was like all glitchy and stuff. I think it was this one. Actually.
Yes.
You got it from this one. It was your second ruin.
Yeah, no. I remember that now. I don't think we really messed around with that thing much.
It might be a good idea to figure out what it does
Mm-hmm.
before we go. Would everyone mind if I played with it for a second?
Be my
Carefully.
guess.
You died. It's your
Absolutely.
fault.
after the Gauntlet, I have no particular desire to mess with any of these dark artifacts again. Please and thank you.
Oh, I forgot. Time went forward, so all the clocks march. One of the
boy.
ruins. Tick.
All right.
Yeah.
I will we will dig out wherever we hit the tuning fork, and I will begin contemplating it and carefully figuring out how it works and what it does if I can.
Willpower's part of it.
Of course it is. Does any of my background provide me with any benefit to my attempt to check?
For Fabula rolls.
I don't have enough to burn, so I'll just roll. 13. Yay. That's the best result, right?
One of the better results. But I think 13 is the highest. But so brain power notes are everywhere but where I'm looking. There we go. So this item allows you to see glimpses of alternate paths and potential outcomes. So you can use it to to peer into an outcome of something before you do it. The problem is that every time you do that, you risk bringing a problem that wouldn't have happened into your existence. You kind of whereas the Gauntlet reaches out and manipulates things, the resonator kind of ding, and then it resonates across all the existences and lets you see them more clearly. But it can attract one of the problems to you, because if it's something that's like spiritual or a multi-dimensional threat, it might resonate toward you. So there's like a travel roll that can happen. Yeah, it's basically a travel roll that would come at you. You also could cause damage to happen to you, stuff like that. But you do get to see. You can ask things like, if I do this, is that a good thing or a bad thing? What might happen if I do this or that?
But if you roll poorly, it could make things worse. I got it.
Yep.
That does sound really familiar. I think we figured that out before, and then we all promptly forgot.
Yeah.
I think we all decided, let's not mess with
let's
that.
not take that risk, right? Would that be an accessory if I were to list it down somewhere, or how would I list it?
It's an artifact, so I'm not sure how precisely you would record that in, because it's its own unique thing. The artifacts aren't normal.
I'll find a spot in my journal for it then. That'll work. Yep, artifacts, objects. I can add an artifact.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so what's the full name of the item? Sorry.
1 second. I clicked the wrong thing again.
Story of my life.
Do. Harmonic Resonator of Echoing Realm. I think it's right. I forget if it was a tuning fork, but I think tuning fork sounds correct. I feel like that's what I would have described it as. Because it was a weird item. It was a very strange item. For all that you went through.
All right, where to next?
I think we said we were gonna head back to the duchy to try and drop these things off, because that way we at least have some of these items in his hands.
Okay, well, we'll continue long west.
All right, the item has been listed down. Thank you. Sorry for our poor memory.
Well,
Yeah,
everyone
I
else
guess we're all
memorized what
agreed.
it does, so.
Oh,
More
just
hills.
me.
Yeah, that seems fine.
Give me a moment. There we go. Oh god, it made multiples. And, oh, more. Needed 2 anyway.
That
Oh, more travel. You're almost out of the Darklands, but not quite. You still have another day of travel left. And... uh-oh.
Oh god damn it, we were so close.
Oh no.
Did we finally make a really bad roll?
Oh, we were so close.
The ley line suddenly dissipates in the ahead of you as you see a swirling blackish cloud swim across the hills ahead.
Got a few.
I do not like the look of that.
Didn't y'all already cross this going the other way when y'all came here?
No, because we had the castle high mount like just drop us off in the heart of the Darklands.
You mean they teleported you and the entire train here?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like we went from here to here.
Ooh,
To, yeah.
I'm gonna hit the emergency brake. Sorry, everyone, for your necks.
I'm glad I usually stay in that little bitty compartment.
More will grab onto something to steady yourself.
As usual, Aether
Lu-
has climbed up into one of the little baggage compartments so she doesn't get rattled around too much.
In the
Lucius-
midst of the cloud.
Lucius gets thrown to the floor with the utmost grace. Oh, go!
What's he doing right now? Or beforehand?
Oh, he's preening.
In the amidst the clouds ahead, standing in the center of this swirling inkish energy field, you see a hooded figure standing upon which between the hills upon which you would have been traversing, one presumes. You see them chanting and holding their arms over their head. See snaps of purplish, blackish energy pull from the benighted sky. You see a mass of energy swirling about the figure. And then the hood is blown back from the energy, and you see a figure, some sort of humanoid figure with brilliant scarlet hair, eyes of gold, and skin white as bone, as she seems to be glaring at the train and gathering more and more energy into their hands, I should say.
Poke my head out of the baggage compartment and look out through the front window and say, does she match the description of the sorceress?
She does. That's the sorceress.
No.
She wants
They
our
got
artifacts.
company.
She wants the artifacts.
Oh shit.
We cannot let her have them.
No, we cannot.
I got my gun in my hands. Here's a question for you, GM.
Mm-hmm.
So we literally cannot bring the train forward. The ley lines have been cut.
Yeah, she's done a ritual to cut the ley line.
Let's see. For all her dark magic power, let's see if she's ever heard of a gun.
I guess we're doing this.
Well, what are we to do? Abandon the train and walk?
I don't know.
What about
Yeah.
running away on the train in reverse?
Yeah, we could just turn back.
Make her chase us for a while. That's an option, I guess.
Her power grows. The sky darkens as if the stars and sun no longer pray. The only lights that remain are the ones around the train.
I'd like to point out before we consider the option of leaving that she mostly controls the Darklands after she kicked the shit out of the wizard. So if we go away, we're just letting her gather more power for the next time we meet her. Maybe it's better if we just deal with her now.
Call for a rest, did we?
No.
Uh-oh.
You've been on the road for 2 days. You just never sat down and rested at any point.
Well, team, let's pool our resources and think about what we've got.
Well, we do have the artifacts and we can actually use them against her. I can take out this tuning fork and see if we even have a chance. Like, maybe now's the time to use the tuning fork and see if we have a chance against her. What do you think?
Isn't there the whole if you fail it, you make it manifest?
Well, no, if we fail it, we'll just bring an extra problem into the equation that we didn't have before. But if we succeed it, we'll gain information that we totally did not have that should help us quite a bit. It'll basically look across all the dimensions of all realities and give us information we wouldn't otherwise have.
It's a good idea as any. What do the others think?
What's our plan?
Well, yeah, we use the fancy little thingy there, and
Yeah, I was saying we could try the tuning fork for the first time
To do what?
to see if we have a chance against her.
Oh.
Like, it allows us to find out before we actually engage.
Yeah.
You think? Should I do it?
Let's do it.
Okay, Corbinian. I'll dig out the tuning fork and we'll check to see if we actually have a chance against her or not. How do I roll that?
You hold it out, bang it against one of your hands, and you stare at it, and then you start to stare past it through its tongs, and as it reverberates, you see the manifold of realities span across your entire degrees of vision. So like imagine every slice of your vision, suddenly a different possible outcome could occur. And then it's a lot of trying to find out which ones are closest to the center and paying attention to that slight sliver of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Amidst the many slivers of attention, you see dark drakes seem to sweep across your vision into this realm. And they seem to land on either side of her.
We just made
no.
things worse, didn't we?
We just made things worse.
Yeah.
But you do get insight roll now. Because
Oh, yeah.
it takes you a long time to sit there. The longer it takes you to sit there and look at it, the more likely something's going to see you. And it's a D20, and if you get 6 or higher, something bad happens.
Right.
But if you get a 1 or
So I
2,
get-
you'll see like a great outcome, like something
You said I
good
get
might
an
happen to you.
insight roll now, though.
Insight roll now, yeah. You'll get something from it.
Okay.
Um,
Can I re-roll that 1? Or is a 10 good enough? Do you think?
higher gets you more information. You're getting something with it. I can tell you that.
I only have 1. You know what? I'm gonna burn it.
Okay, to what value? Value. Sorry,
I
to what trait?
I would like to call upon my trait. Where is it? Traits. Here we go. My trait of being a curious creature that I need to understand and know more.
Take that from you. Go ahead.
And I'll just re-roll the 1.
Yeah.
So sorry, pulling up a D10 here. Okay, so that gives me a double 9. I got a critical success.
You do.
18.
That's an opportunity.
Okay, very good.
Oop.
Group, I would like to ask your opinion. What should I use the opportunity for?
You do get to know. You do to get your information first, so you can act on
Okay.
that.
Let's have that.
So let me figure out how hard a fight this is. Wasn't sure if you're gonna run into her or not until you did. I was like, maybe they'll never run into her the whole time. They'll just truck along. Oh, they ran into her at the last friggin' tile. Of course they did.
Yeah, that's our
That
luck.
tracks.
What level are you guys again?
19.
19.
But if we push off the fight till next level, we'll probably be 20. That's funny.
You see that the 2 dark drakes, as grand as they are, you are actually in a pretty good position to fight them. You've learned a lot and faced a lot. And in their meager number, it doesn't seem all that bad. But these do seem to be these aren't common soldier drakes. These aren't your normal drakes you'd see. So they are you're effectively fighting 4 normal drakes in them alone. Thankfully, they're level 10 creatures, so they're not that strong compared to you. But their number will complicate life more than it already would have. Because this lady friend there, Miss Sorceress, she herself does seem to be, when you see in the various possibilities, she does seem quite varied in her attacks, but she is a shadow or aspect of the sorceress. This is not the sorceress herself. This is her reaching out across her realm. But she is effectively a champion or boss type encounter. So she gets as many turns as there are people, which there are 4 of you. So she'd have 4 turns, and each of these guys would have 1 turn each. So on her own, she is a even fight. With their help, it tips it a little more in her favor, but not impossible. If it was the sorceress herself with all her artifacts, that would be a very different problem. You're fighting her at her tower, but you're seeing that this is just an aspect of her.
Okay, well, I will announce to the group, this is not actually the sorceress, it's an aspect of her. I think we can do this. I mean, I don't think it's going to be easy, but I think we can win this if we all pull together.
Here's something. We could throw down a plot twist and have someone either like the wizard or someone show up to help in this fight.
That's true. And that would even the odds more in our favor. That is a good thought. What do you think, Arnon or Duncan?
I think it's
Yeah.
good.
What about the guy who normally runs Whack-A-Mole?
The Duke?
And you?
He's battering down so that he doesn't lose control.
That's true, but he could send someone.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's her name?
Yep. That's what I was thinking of.
Madame Jessica.
Yeah.
She's powerful, right? And he would send her to check on us eventually. Maybe he sent her because he's worried about how long we've been away with no word.
Yeah, that could totally track.
Do y'all want to go with that, or would y'all rather call the wizard? I worry that calling the wizard might not be good because he's still rebuilding his power. I don't think he'd be that much help.
Yeah, I'd say the dumb Jessica.
Okay, that's what I'll use my opportunity for then. If that's all right, Corbinian?
Certainly is.
Okay.
Cool.
As the dragons come, she begins laughing maniacally and begins reaching her energy into them, and it looks like she's starting to power them up. Which, in the other possibilities, you did see ones where she turned them into like super elite, like basically champions of their own. But then you notice you kind of you realize that you kind of signal to another version. You see someone who looks like a beam of light amidst the darkness. And you kind of wiggle the tines a little bit to kind of say over here, like come here, come to this reality. And a lady of long flowing hair and gleaming armor rushes out from the to your eyes, Aether. It's like she's running across. She casts some sort of ritual and immediately starts running across the various dimensions to get to where you are. To everyone else, it looks like she just pops out of existence. Like she just is there suddenly and tackles the sorceress off her feet. And there's a rather rapid firing of spells and swordsmanship between the two of them, as every time the sorceress is casting a spell, the Dame Jessica brings up her blade and then it catches the magical spell and she just flicks it into the ground and just charges at her again, swings her sword, the sorceress teleports away. Like there is a pitched battle going between the two, basically two boss level characters fighting each other. They're not part of your fight anymore. The Drakes, unfortunately, are part of the fight and attack the train.
Yep.
So initiative.
Here we go.
I think that was a really good play.
Yes. Good thinking. Between the two of us, we came up with a pretty good plan. That's great.
We got really lucky.
Well, I did spend a Fabula to get that opportunity, so it came at a cost.
Yep. Plot twist. I didn't know. Plot twist. That's a great plot twist call. I like that.
Very
You
nice.
can just summon a person like that. No, that's one of the things you can do.
All right. Who's rolling initiative for the party again?
I think it's more now because
Yeah, I think more wears the ninja
Yeah.
armor, though.
Because I have +4.
But I think we all still roll to assist.
No,
Yeah.
just the highest rolls.
No, the one's the main roll. Everyone rolls to assist that person. It's a
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we can actually
Hey.
give a +1.
Look at that.
Another critical success.
All right.
well, opportunity pops back up again. You're going first, no matter what. I was gonna check their stats. It doesn't matter. You go first.
That's a +1.
So more Duncan. You're going first, but you get an opportunity.
Yes. Can you pop that back up? I had closed it right before.
There you go.
Yeah.
Same.
Thank you.
How are the clocks all looking?
Yeah.
I guess the one that's over there, for the spiritual duchy of Wakamal, is the only one that's over half.
Yeah, I think progress is a good one. And I'll subtract 2 from the Walkamal Duchy.
it seems for all the efforts that you've been doing, the forces of darkness that would array themselves upon the duchy are quite distracted, especially since you guys have been doing really good time and have distracted. Perhaps you get this distinct feeling that the sorceress is part of the equation for his fall. She's part of the reason he becomes a Dark Lord. So distracting her like this is helping the duchy, even though she doesn't know that, and the Duke probably doesn't even know that. But you've kind of clued into that now.
That totally tracks.
But yeah, you're first. It's good guys to move first.
Oh, hang on.
Hang on.
Before anyone does anything.
And I mean anything. Do one thing.
Yep. Ha 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 ha.
I know, I'm super funny.
I am going to, as a result of my, hang on, I think it's a lore master thing that I have. Quick assessment. I'm going to spend 5 mind points. So that becomes 60. I'm at 64 mind points. And this Drake guy right here, I would like to know his affinity towards light damage.
Wow. 1 second.
I just get to do that for free at the start of combat.
Very good. I will note for free, because they are elites, they each get 2 turns each instead of just 1. So they're semi-bosses, but not true bosses.
Yeah, so the bad guys still have as many turns as us.
I'll fix that.
Oh no. Oh god, I know you had.
I may need some mind points first.
I'm entering their stats in right now because there's semi-custom elites, so I just put it on. Good golly, Miss Molly. Anyway, it's fine. You guys are high level. It'll be fine. I'm worried for no reason. I'm not worried. I'm worried for so you want to know affinity to light, right? How they felt toward it. Answer to that is your mom. They are vulnerable.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Very.
More beings of darkness. And he looks to more Duncan. You wouldn't happen to have any more of that lovely light of yours that you seem to have so much affinity towards?
More will smile.
What do you call it, Lucius? A wombo combo?
Something like
And
that.
if everyone is okay, I will go next.
Please do.
Okay. I'm going to spend 30 mind points and launch beams of light at them.
Pew, pew, pew. Oh, you can hit both of them. Oh, goodness golly. All right. Well.
Or sorry, 20 mind points, not 30.
There we go. So. What's your magic defense, friend? What if I gave you a bonus? Would that help? Nope. Not with that roll, it doesn't. So that is not 21 light damage. That is 42 light
Is that the
Ow.
end of the life, the universe, and everything?
It collides into the two of them. You see they roar in anger as their shadowy beings are pierced and lanced by the light, but they are quite massive still.
Oh.
Turn goes to the bad guys. One roars in anger. Takes a deep breath. And unleashes dragons upon more Duncan.
Yeah, I figured I just drew aggro.
Oh, Aether, this is a beast spell, essentially.
Oh, this is a beast spell?
I believe it's a spell. Am I full of crap?
Sure.
It is. It does count as a spell. Yep.
Okay, then I would like to learn it. What is it?
Does it cost you anything to learn? Normal spells, normal stuff, because you're supposed to.
Nope.
Cool.
It's just something I do. Let me make sure. I'm going to double check since you asked. I don't think it costs anything. The spell mimic. When you see a creature belonging to the beast, monster, or plant species cast a spell, you immediately choose to learn that spell as a kimmer spell of your own. If you do, record the species of the creatures you learned it from.
Okay.
That's it.
Cool.
So, nope.
The limit being that it's normally only certain types. Yeah. That's how.
Right.
Cool.
Cool.
Although I will note that that's not fire damage. This one is dark. It's the dark version of dragon. Dark Dragon's Breath. Because it's the elite version of them. And they count as a beast type. They just have a darkness buff to them, essentially. They're dark
Is it a
lands.
single target or multiple target spell?
It should say in it.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, it should say the
I see now.
So that said,
It's a single creature. Okay, well, I'll replace the old fire breath I had. That's fine.
remember it's dark damage.
Yep, I'll switch it.
Oh, I already did roll. Does 18 hit your magic defense?
Yes.
You take 24 dark damage, and you suffer the shaken condition.
Ah. I am amazingly not in crisis yet.
Here goes the good guys.
Yeah,
As this
you
one
are.
rushes by, breathes dark flame into where more Duncan is, and oh crap, that hurt.
Were you planning to do a wombo combo there, Lucius,
Unfortunately,
or not really?
and because they're flying. So that kind of limits my ability to set up my combo.
Okay.
However, hang on. I am going to what's your spellcasting ability? What do you have? Your roll a d8 and a d10.
If you're saying anything more, you're muted.
Sorry, what?
What's your spellcasting ability?
Will.
Will. Okay.
Will insight.
Okay, which one is lower?
Presently, they're the same
Because of shaken.
because I'm shaken.
Uh,
Normally, it would be insight.
Okay. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run up to more Duncan. More. Stand strong. Don't worry. You've got this. You're strong. And I'm going to spend 10 mind points to use Encourage. You regain 20 hit points, and I'll say your willpower die goes up by 1 size.
Hooray! So it's temporarily a D12?
Yeah.
Well,
You can actually do that right on the bus page of your stats.
yeah, I know. I'm confused whether Shaken has any other effect, because if it doesn't, I might just remove Shaken.
Oh, right, like they balance out.
Yeah.
I don't think so, no.
And I'll
Status
just
effect.
remove.
Shaken's just willpower.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll just remove Shaken, because effectively that's what it does.
Effectively cancel out the Shaken.
Yeah.
Oh, for the spell thing, I almost forgot. Monsters are okay, right? It's beasts, plants, and...
Correct.
Okay, good. This is a monster. Okay, good. I thought I screwed it up.
So
Nope.
it's a monster species I need to write down?
It's monster, yeah. That's perfect.
Thank you. All right, I'll write it down. Thank you.
This one roars, sticks his head in, and breathes fire on Lucius.
Awesome.
Oh god.
Lucius is resistant now, though.
Yeah.
Well, it's dark though, isn't it?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
It's not. Well, I can't block it for you, I don't think, so sorry.
Oh.
10. Hit your magic.
My magic defense? No, that does not hit my magic defense.
You're able to. You sense the magic, and you're kind of between you, Vibius, and Embrace. They're very quickly able to kind of dive out of the way. And Mordecai, you kind of already saw this happening, but thankfully it was aimed mostly at Lucius. So the thing kind of whooshes by in between the seats, and it kind of circles around.
Men, shield wall.
Goes back to friendlies.
7, did you want to do your thing, or do you want me to go?
I'd like permission. Yes, I'd like permission to go next. Sorry, my mic keeps cutting out. I'm not sure why.
That's
I think
okay.
it's
Go right ahead.
resource issue on my computer. I'd like to activate my new master ability. Heroic skill.
What does that do for you? Quantum magic cannon. What?
It is.
Yup.
Yeah. I will use the attack action, and I will swap the element on my cannon.
Make it weak. Yeah, it's weak to light, so you can change the element now. Sweet.
Cannot change it to light.
Okay.
Light is not an element I can change to, but I will try ice.
Oh,
Shift it into ice mode. As you destroy one, as you let... what does it look like when you quantum magic cannon? Because that's a new thing that your gun does.
Gun. She just ejects the entire cartridge and puts a new one in.
Oh, like normally it'd be like a whole turn to sit there fussing with it to get it to change it. Now it's like just pop and replace really quickly.
Yeah, go ahead. Noise. And she's gonna point it out the window, and she's gonna take a shot at that thing.
Blam. What's your number here? It is 10. Does 10 hit them? It does. Ice is the number we want to worry about. What's your affinity for ice, friend? Well, it takes the damage straight. No resistance, no vulnerability. Takes 21 ice damage. Ow. It roars and spins away a little bit. but it still seems to be fighting fit. It is not in crisis yet. Oh wait, it does an extra 5. Is that the your thing doesn't account for that, does it?
I added it.
Oh, you added it? Okay,
It's
never mind.
just in the date. It's just in the base damage now.
Okay, cool. Oh, because it does it every time anyway. Right. Well, this one retaliates, turns around, and breathes dark fire at Zevin.
Well, I mean, that tracks. But rude.
How dare the consequences of my actions.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think that's gonna hit. Yeah.
10 to your magic defense.
That does not hit.
Yeah, you're able to kind of, you see it coming, you're able to kind of duck down behind your seat. It scorches the hell out of one of your, well, it darkens, it looks like fire, and then it just kind of wastes away one of your chairs into a faded form of itself. But you're not hurt, so that. Goes to good guys.
Okay.
Like Ether.
That's Aether. Aether will pop out of the little, thing that she had been mostly hidden in with just her head sticking out earlier, watching all of this, and immediately, begin transforming. I activate my my Theriomorphosis, and I take on Arpactida, Placophora, and Terratheria. It enables me to fly. It increases my defense score with armored plates, and I increase my insight die. But since I can fly now, I can fight these things in melee all I want, basically.
Yeah.
And because of my mastery, that doesn't spend my turn. I just spend the hit points.
Okay.
Furthermore, I had my current camp activity as daydreaming, so only spend half.
Very good.
Instead of 1/3, I spend 1/6. So, let's see here. Instead of being 21, it'll be 10. I spend 10.
Very good. Barely hurt.
Barely hurt. And instead of attacking one of them, however, I'm going to fly out and get their attention above the train, like I fly out over it, and, wildly make myself threateningly a presence for them. And I would like to study one of them to see what more I can learn.
Very good.
I want to know what all their weaknesses are, if I can, that I can pass along to the team. So I believe that's an insight plus what roll?
It is insight.
Perfect. Oh, that is not the best roll, but I got an 8.
Got an 8, you say?
Mhm.
You get something. That's still something. 8 tells you that they're elite, they're monsters, and they
I
have.
knew that part.
I think their numbers. There they are. 140 max HP and 50 mana points.
Okay. Well, I pass along. Unfortunately, I didn't get another weakness for us.
This one sees your challenging presence and decides to take you up on it. And he'll fly up to where you are and try to bite you.
Okay.
Nibble.
Does 17 hit you?
Yes, unfortunately.
18 physical damage.
Okay.
It's a bites into you.
Fair enough.
What?
The battle continues outside. The sorceress makes a fatal error and backs off to get ready to cast a spell, thinking that the Dame Jessica is only a melee fighter. Unfortunately, that gives Jessica time to gather up her own spell, and she opens up one of her hands and starts blasting her with various magical lances, which has critically hurt the aspect. If that happens again, if in their exchange of turns that happens again, the sorceress will be defeated, and Dame Jessica will stride into your fight.
Okay.
Oh, man.
But in the end, the bad guys did act last, therefore the good guys act first.
More, would you like to do your thing again?
Or Duncan, are you with us?
Sorry?
You're being asked if you wish to take your turn.
Ah. Yes? I can. I apologize.
All good.
I'd just like to announce that if I can get some extra mind points, I can summon more Miis to increase our action economy. It's not a big deal, but I just thought I'd pass it along.
Do I want to use? Yeah, I'll do that. One moment.
Actually, I'll halt you there, because we're at a good point in this round to stop, because we're getting up on our normal stop time.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can continue on from here on this climactic point as you're battling these two shadow dragons. There's an epic battle between the aspect of the sorceress and your friend, the Lady Jessica, the Dame Jessica, the Lore Master, and Dark Knight. So of all the people you summoned, a Dark Knight fighting a Dark Sorceress, yeah, they're having a very even fight out there. You guys are trouncing these Dark Dragons pretty well. They're hurting you a little bit, but I think at this point in your careers, these things probably would have been super deadly to you. But even after all their fire breathing, not doing all that bad, honestly. And you have the Gauntlet, which is always a good thing. To not lose things. And you did not get into a final bout with the creature within the dungeon. And you could have had a surrender that happened inside the thing as well if poor Zevin, because Zevin, if you got defeated in there, you would have been teleported back to them, but you wouldn't have had chance of rest or anything. You just would have appeared with them exhausted and maybe down an item or something like that. So it would have been rough. But all that said, for all of you watching out there, thank you very much for watching. For those of you playing, thank you very much for playing. And I hope to see all of you again next time to see how this battle goes on and what happens if they return upon the return to the Duchy of Wakamal. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
So long.
Have to have one of those sing-alongs. So long.
So long.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Yeah. Whew.
Such a cool power up.
Man.
I think we're gonna have this battle in the back. I mean, we might get a little more hurt, but I don't think we're gonna lose. I think we've got it.